In our Asian trip, South Korea was our last stop, and this has been a long-awaited journey. We had planned our entire Asia trip around South Korea because we were hoping to get our pre-wedding photos done here. We arrived in Seoul in the middle of the night and we just ate some ramen noodles at the airport. The airport is actually very clean and has a really good food selection, so it actually didn't turn out too bad, and we just waited for our driver to come and pick us up. I'll say the airport is actually pretty easy to navigate, and of course, like I said earlier, it's pretty clean. After a while, a lot of the Asian countries kind of blend in together, so there aren't very many differences other than the language dialect and a small few things in terms of culture, but a lot of the predominant traditions are very, very similar. We stayed at a cute little apartment in Seoul for a couple days to get our pre-wedding photos done. This is the apartment hotel that they let us stay in. Super cute, and I think this is what typically people would stay in if they lived in downtown Seoul. This is a one-bedroom studio loft where upstairs is where you sleep and downstairs is kind of where you hang out. As you can tell, I'm in the living room, which is also the kitchen and dining area, and our apartment has a really cute, nice view of downtown Seoul, and it's such a really efficient apartment space. Every inch of this apartment has been turned into storage space, so underneath the staircase is extra cabinets and the refrigerator, and this is also where they hid the bathroom and shower, and so it's a really, really small area, but you have everything you really need. Like I told you guys earlier, we really focused our Asia trip around our pre-wedding photos in Seoul. Pre-wedding photos is a group package where they provide you clothing, the background, makeup, artists, and everything you need to get really nice pre-wedding photos. So the day beforehand, we went with our translator to go and get fitted for the tuxedo and wedding dress that we wanted to wear at our photo shoot. The group we went through was SA Wedding, and they're the one who helped organize everything. We loved how the photos turned out, and we loved how the video came out as well. And so if you guys are interested in flying from the United States all the way to Seoul to get your own pre-wedding pictures, I'll provide a link in the down bar below to their Facebook website so that you can flip through their pictures and get more information if you're interested in doing something similar. But again, we loved how the photos came out, and we actually hang a lot of the photos throughout our home and our workspace because they're just so special to us, and we love looking back. Not only does it remind us of the time that we traveled to Asia together, but it's also a very important period in our lives. The photographer actually gave us over 500 negatives the day of our photo shoot, so we walked away with the USB drive to go ahead and flip through all of our photos that were taken the same day. Hey guys, we are done with the wedding dress fitting, and we're just taking a break at the apartment, the service apartment, and we bought these banana apples. They're banana mixed with apple. They're really weird. See, it's even called a banapple, and it actually tastes a lot like a banana mixed with an apple. It's really interesting. So once we were done with our photos, we spent the rest of our time in Seoul really just exploring the city and the culture of South Korea. We actually really love it here. It's very chill and laid back, lots of shopping, a lot of eating, and it was just a really fun way to end our last pit stop in Asia. Going to night markets in Asia is my most favorite thing to do. I love just walking around, shopping for small little trinkets, and eating different types of street foods at a really affordable price. One of the things I bought is this strawberry mochi. It's a strawberry covered in chocolate, covered in mochi, and it tastes exactly the way I describe it. Ironically, even though we have dogs at home, we actually missed our dogs so much that we went to a few dog cafes in Seoul. And dog cafes are something very unique, I think, because this would never be seen in the United States just because the FDA is not very friendly amongst animals and people eating in the same environment. But at these dog cafes, you can have a drink and eat next to these really cute friends, and they're super adorable, and it was a really great way to cuddle up with some furry friends while ours were at home. I will say my most favorite puppy that I saw is this cute little furry dog that reminds me so much of Coconut. Her name is Kakung, which means peekaboo in Korean, and despite how small and cute she looks, she's actually a very, very vicious dog, and she actually bites, but we still love her so much anyways.
This is the oldest dog in all of Seoul.
How old is it?
It is 4 years old.
Hello! 안녕! 안녕! Aw, what a cute doggy! We also had the opportunity to learn more about Seoul and South Korea's history. We visited a few landmarks that played a significant role in its history and got to see the palace and different temples that were prominent marks in Seoul. Most of these landmarks are scattered throughout the city of Seoul, which is a very large modern metroplex. I personally really love ancient Oriental cultures. They share a lot of similarities throughout each of the country, but they do have its own unique characteristics. And to see Seoul, which is such a modern metroplex and city, have these different areas and pockets of locations that have so much history and rooted in so much culture is such an interesting thing to me. So it was definitely a treat to visit all the different palaces in Korea and just kind of get the feel of what ancient life was back in this day. So finally, after being in Korea for the last couple of days, today is really sunny and it's just a beautiful day to be out. Seoul actually has a lot of different and beautiful landmarks. They have some important architectural structures that are very unique to its city, so of course we visited a few. And I love this structure in particular because it has so many flags displayed and it's opened up to the public. And it's just a really unique structure that you don't see very commonly. And better yet, this is actually in heart of one of the bigger shopping districts in Seoul. So of course, after we visit this structure, we went ahead and did a little bit of shopping as well. Today is our last full day in Asia. It's kind of bittersweet, but we're pretty excited about going home as well. Today we're going to go to the Trickeye Museum. So when we were in Seoul, we made it a point to visit the Trickeye Museum. The Trickeye Museum is actually a very, very large museum with different types of paintings that have an optic illusion that you're actually in the painting, and it looks three-dimensional when really it's just a two-dimensional painting. And in addition to having these paintings, it actually has a lot of different games and interactive things that you can participate in. So for those of you guys who love taking pictures or selfies, this is definitely a must-see place. And in addition to the Trickeye Museum, they actually have not an ice hotel, but an ice museum that you can go and visit, and everything is made of ice. And that, guys, concludes the final chapter of our Asia trip. And as wonderful as the trip was, we were actually very thrilled to come home and be reunited with Mango and Coconut. Thanks so much for watching.